Hey everybody, it is Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. And if you are not watching from our YouTube channel, welcome. But we also would encourage you to please go to Near Disney, the YouTube channel, subscribe and like, because that's when you're going to get notified, especially when we have some announcements that are coming about. And I'm really excited. I kind of want to tell you what's going to happen today. We have this show every Friday at 1:30 to go live, but what I've done is I take my dream team of realtors, ask them what's going on in the market. So the format today is going to be, first of all, it's beautiful weather in Central Florida right now. It's October 21st, and you can see I'm even wearing a light little jacket and getting very excited about celebrations downtown tonight. They have an event called Oktoberfest, so you'll see a lot of people meandering downtown celebration. It's a great place for everybody to visit. And then tomorrow night, we are going to be streaming live. We have formed an alliance with Streaming the Magic, and there's over 148,000 people that will possibly be watching. And I'm so excited to showcase not only our town and all the wonderful work that Mike Nunes is doing for downtown celebration, but also an incredible band. It's a cute, super talented couple by the name of Fairview. You're going to hear more about them when the team's talking about it. And so anyway, so the format is we wanted to introduce you to some of our realtors that we have, and they all have special passions and fun things. And I had encouraged them to go out, and we did some videos so you can see what's beyond theme parks in Orlando. And if you haven't had a chance to see Belle on our team, Taylor did a great one on kayaking. And then Elijah, the prince of real estate, did one on bicycling, so many wonderful bicycling places. But today you're going to hear from our fairy goddaughter. Her name is Chelsea Brooks. She is going to show you what glamping is all about. Glamping. So anyway, I'm starting to see some comments. Thank you guys for telling me where you're from. Oh, right. Mark Campbell. Hey, yes, please come back to Florida. The weather is incredible. I do want to say too, as I'm introducing the video of the team, I just came back from my 60th birthday festivities. We were going for 2 weeks. And so I had asked for those that were interested to possibly send funds to the emergency fund for the folks that are down in Fort Myers and also Sanibel. And I think in the video I was a little jet lagged and I said Sarasota, but it's definitely Sanibel. Oh, hey Dee. Hi crew. Love Dee. Love the Bellavati group. Love. And yeah, so what we're doing is we're responding to your all's request in regard to what type of videos that you'd like to be seeing. And I'm excited to say that we are the official realtors too for the Disney Federal Partners Credit Union. And we're presenting to a lot of the Disney cast members. So if there's any Disney cast members out there, we say hi. My husband still is a Disney cast member for over 30 years. And we are going to be showing them some new videos on Lake County because we're getting a lot of requests for like Mount Dora. Belle on our team grew up in Mount Dora and also Claremont. And so the fairy goddaughter that you're going to be seeing on the video soon, she spent a lot of time in Claremont and actually has a listing out in that way. So we're here to help and we're so excited. So I will come back to you at the end of the program to answer any of your questions. I'm going to be watching. I know we're on Facebook, on YouTube and all these things, but we so appreciate your time and everybody checking in with us. And I can't wait. I learned a lot from my dream team in particular this week about some fun stuff. So let's talk about
venue. So here's some insight. So they offer these cute little tiny cabins. They're all over the property. They're about $90 a night and you're able to book them directly on their website. Come on, let's take a look inside. So one of the really cool things about these tiny cabins on property is they each have their own personality. They sleep 2 people. And one of the really amazing things, you can open up the side and get some fresh air and sun. I think one of the things that makes this place so special is that the owners dedicated so much time and energy to this beautiful property. They actually hand built each and every one of these tiny cabins. So, like I said, really cool experience. When you get to stay in this cabin, you can open up this back window and their farm animals get to come right in, and you get to play with zebras. So one of the other awesome glamping experiences they offer are these great retro vintage campers that they've completely redone inside. They go for about $75 a night. If you're looking for that date night adventure, that weekend getaway, or just a new spot to camp, make this the place. You might meet some new friends along the way.
Hey everybody, this is Virginia Carlson with Near Disney YouTube channel and Florida in Motion Realty. I'm here today to talk to you about Quantum Leap Winery, which is located in the Mills 50 district of downtown Orlando. Let's go inside and check it out.
Hey everybody, I'm here with David Forster, one of the owners at Quantum Leap Winery. David, thanks so much for having us today.
Oh, thrilled to be here. Yeah, people are looking for a unique experience in Florida. Coming to a working winery is that. We are the only winery in Florida that focuses on rye wine, or the wine that we're all used to from France, Italy, Chiantis, Napa Cabernets. That kind of wine, that's the wine we make here, because the only grapes that grow in Florida are muscadine, which are sweet grapes. We bring juice in from all parts of the world, and we do all the steps of winemaking except fermentation. If you've ever been to a winery in California or any other part of the world, it looks much like this. We do everything here except the fermentation. We have a full-time winemaker, 20 years experience, and we make between 20 and 30 different types of wine, from Pinot Grigio to Chardonnay, multiple Pinot Noirs, multiple Cabernets, and quite a few varieties.
So if you're looking for a really unique experience in Orlando, definitely come and check out Quantum Leap. Thanks again, David.
Thank you.
Hey guys, oh my gosh, I am so excited about it. I love your passions. I love the fact that my dream team, which by the way is the #1 real estate group in all of Central Florida, that you have these wonderful passions like knowing about wine and stuff. Cinderella, Virginia, let's go ahead and start introducing people, but let's start with you first. Talk to me about how you got into knowing about wine.
Yeah, I think it's great. It was kind of like a lot of market research because my husband is a wine distributor, so we just kind of taste it all out, and he taught me a lot. And you kind of just learn what you like and what you don't like. And I think it's great that we're doing these videos because Orlando really is so much more than just the theme parks, and there's so many other cool things to do, as we've seen in everybody's videos as of late. And Central Florida in particular has really exploded with the restaurant scene. I mean, years ago, it was just kind of like not much out there, but you have a great mix of corporate and independent restaurants in the area. And speaking of wine, one of my favorites is a place in Orlando called 60 Vines, where they have all the wine. They have 60 different wines, and they're all kind of like on tap. So they're ready to go. They're kept really fresh in a keg, if you can believe it. Like wine in a keg sounds odd, but it keeps it very fresh and it's very efficient instead of opening bottles and then the bottles go bad. And then, then of course there's Wine Bar George at the at Disney Springs, which George has a terrific selection of wines there. So there's just a lot of opportunity to, experience some great restaurants. And if you're not into wine, there's plenty of other, there's great Chinese and there's great tacos, and so you can kind of find everything you want.
Yeah, I love that. Wine Bar George, I have known George since the time that I moved to Central Florida. My husband, Rod, and George are very good friends. George was with Disney for many years, and he was in charge of the Top of the World, right, at the Contemporary. And he's the one that came up with the concept for Seasons 52. So our Dr. Phillips restaurant that we love with all the wonderful, it's called Seasons 52 because they change that menu pretty much every week for the 52 weeks, and they have incredible wines there. But what I'm super excited about for him as well, as Terminal C at the new airport is opening, he has his place there that's opening as well. So yeah,
it's a great spot.
Yeah. So let's introduce the rest of the team. And as we introduce you guys, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your favorite restaurants are? Let's start with the Prince of Real Estate, who's the king of real estate. I can't thank you enough, Elijah. I was gone for 2 weeks. It was my 60th birthday, and I went to Venice, Italy, had some incredible wines, by the way, when I was there, and then went to Slovenia. The idea was we went to my favorite city in my first 60 years. It was Venice. And then we went to a location that I've never been to for the next chapter of my life. And so that was Slovenia. And Slovenia has some really, really great wines that I brought back. So my team's going to be able to enjoy that hopefully the next time I see them. But Elijah, thank you again. You did a great job.
Yeah, take over the host duties. Big shoes to fill for the fairy godmother of real estate. But I always have fun getting to sit in the big chair. Prince of Real Estate, Elijah Lewis, and as far as local eats or drink, a cool bar I like to go to in Orlando is Tori Tori, and they actually have a good food menu as well. It's kind of a classy place to just kind of have some ambient lighting and some cool. So it's just a cool bar where people take care of you and bring you some pretty good food. So it's a good place to go after you've been dancing or something, in my opinion.
Nice.
We need some more dancing places, I think, in Orlando. Do you guys remember Pleasure Island? And they would have 8 tracks, and they would have, what were some of the other, lots of dancing places, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that used to be a really cool thing. I remember when I was younger, we'd go to this place that had every room was a different theme for the dancing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe we need to bring that kind of thing back.
Yeah. Somebody out in our audience, please go ahead and open up some place like that. And I promise you, we will all get behind it. We promote it, and we will be there because we want to be line dancing and stuff. Chelsea, fairy goddaughter of real estate. I remember you used to do some line dancing, I think, right? Country music. Yeah.
I did a lot of line dancing and a lot of swing and two-stepping as well.
Fun.
Cowboys Orlando, the Barn in Sanford. So when Alligator Alley in Kissimmee was open. There were a lot of different places that we used to frequent to line dance quite a bit. I was actually just talking to my other half the other day about it, that I actually do miss dancing quite a bit. So that was a big part of my life for a while.
Well, let's bring it back.
I'm down. Let's go.
Where do you like to go for dinner? Where would you like to go and have a nice glass of wine?
You would know this. This is kind of our spot for our girls' nights. The Melting Pot is actually one of my favorite places. I know it's not a super local, hidden gem type thing, but I love the Melting Pot because you can get a really good glass of wine. They've got a great selection, but I like fondue. I'm a cheese person, so getting the option to do some cheese, and then you get to cook some meat and your favorite broth. They've got some great options for that. And then dessert, chocolate fondue with marshmallows and strawberries and bananas and just all the good stuff. So it's just a really awesome, almost three-course meal. And it's cozy, it's quaint, it's always a great atmosphere. It's one of my favorite spots, I'd have to say.
Oh, I love that. And I got to tell you, when I was going to Italy and Venice and, and the food, I will tell you, Reggiano's can hold their own in celebration. The Italian food at Reggiano's, really, really good. So shout out to our local restaurant here, because the only other place that I thought in Venice that could, but on my 60th birthday, we were on the rooftop of the Hotel Daniele, and that was amazing. That was such a treat. And don't you know, at the end of the meal, I look over and there is a photo of Walt Disney on the wall with a building behind it, so you could tell that he was up on that rooftop and he had dinner there.
Wow.
I had all kinds of guide dogs type of thing. But I will also say, when I was traveling, I was dreaming about this restaurant that Taylor, our Belle, was talking about in Mount Dora. And so I've got some more restaurants I need to discover. But anyway, Belle, you want to tell us a little bit about some of your favorite restaurants?
Yeah, totally. I mean, even though I'm in Celebration right now, I still make a lot of trips out to my hometown of Mount Dora to visit some friends out there. And we love to go to 1921 because it's kind of like a contemporary Floridian cuisine. And so they take some things that are traditionally Floridian, may not be the most refined, and they really put like a fine dining twist on them. And it's a great place to go for like a nice dinner if you're celebrating, or if you just want to go and hang out and have a glass of wine, get some appetizers, and then go for a walk around the historic downtown or by the lake. It's a great way to start your evening. So I love to go there. I also love visiting Winter Park because I think that's kind of like one of the foodie centrals of Orlando. Mm-hmm. And so I love to go to the Ravenous Pig, which is kind of like a gastrobar kind of gastropub feel. And if you're not much for wine, they do make their own beer in-house, I think, too, now. And so that's another good spot that I really like to go.
Nice.
Very nice. Now all of a sudden I'm hungry. I'm hungry. But if I was hungry and then I knew that there were all these incredible glamping places, who knew about glamping, right? And so Chelsea, talk to us about glamping. I love the image of you in particular with the zebra with its head coming through the window. So talk to us about glamping.
It was. So that particular spot that we got to go see was Enchanted Oaks Farms. It's a spot in Ocala. It's a little bit further of a drive from Central Florida, but it is well worth it. If you're looking for like a date night getaway, you can book single nights out there, or if you're looking to take your family out for something different. Again, other than the theme parks, I'm a big outdoors person, and I love being away from the city sometimes. I like being away from the hustle and bustle, and this spot is definitely that. They have their own farm, and that's where you get to see the zebra. And actually, most people have ignored the little goat that's standing next to the zebra.
I forgot about the goat, yeah.
But they have a couple different animals on property that they raise. And then it's also a wedding venue, which was really cool as well. So they've got this beautiful spot out there if you get a chance to check it out. There are plenty of other options, though. Within that hour and a half range outside of Orlando, for other glamping opportunities. So Westgate River Ranch, if you're looking for that super outdoorsy Western style experience, Westgate River Ranch is that. They do horseback riding. They've got all kinds of different options for cabins if you get a chance to look at that. They're all themed differently, which is really cool. They have ATV riding. A lot of people take their own stuff out there to ride as well. There's just so much out at Westgate too. There's a couple different other spots around Central Florida, like Lisa out in Claremont. They have a glamping opportunity with these gorgeous tents. They're like teepee style tents that they have out there, and they're massive. I'm talking like the size of a true small bedroom that they get to put pretty much a whole living room set in, plus your bed and whatnot. So there's just some really great outdoor camping options. If you're not one of those to go out and pitch a tent for yourself and find a spot, there's a few cool spots that do it for you, and you get the luxury experience.
So you guys have done such a great job. You've done everything from kayaking and showing beautiful kayak area, right, with Belle, and biking. I love seeing the bicycling that was going on, Elijah. And so wine and glamping, and then actually, I just thought about it. My whole team, if you guys have not had the opportunity to meet them, and if you happen to be in Central Florida, today being October 21st, Friday, we're all going to be out tomorrow night in celebration. There's an event called Rocktoberfest, and they have dancing out on the street. We can all be dancing out on the street, right? But talk to us a little bit, Elijah, about your client, our client that has done very well on TikTok, and they've got music that's just blowing up, because I think they're going to be there tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, some people that we've had a chance to work with in a realtor representation capacity as well. They are cool musician duo that creates some fun music that is energetic and poppy and Disney themed. Some of it, so because they have they're TikTokers, Disney influencer couple, musicians. They're just such a cool personality. They're like dressed eccentrically and fun. We had a chance to get them promoted in our Oktoberfest. That's going to be so cool. You'll have a chance to meet and greet. Their Fairview is their name. The TikTok is Fairview Official, so you can check them out there as well. They're on Instagram too, just always posting cool stuff. So yeah, they're gonna take the stage after 6, I believe, and then
6:25, yeah.
6:25, and they get like a good set to do some songs, and then just before then you get a chance to meet them as well, and they're just going to be such awesome personalities. So
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because what we want our audience to know is if you contact one of my dream team, see their telephone numbers, text them, call them, or what have you, you're going to have the opportunity. And I really hope that you go to YouTube, Instagram, wherever you go, and look up Fairview. There's a song, it's called Let's Go to Disney, and it's got over 500,000 people streaming it at this point. But they are super, super talented. And Lizzie and Matt are just high energy, beautiful people, and they're going to do a special meet and greet. But you do need to be on a list, and that list is going to be coming through my dream team. So you've got to go ahead and call them, text them. The times that we have available, they're going to be doing a meet and greet between 5 and 5:45 p.m. Saturday night. So text my team. They'll tell you where they're going to be at. We've got a secret spot that they're going to be at, and then you'll get on a list so that you can come in and get some autographs. But I think even if something that you are saying, I'm not familiar, but gosh, once you listen and you figure out that your kids, actually, I love their music. I think, here I am, 60. I love their music. It's really good stuff. And so I would catch them now before they blow up really big, because they're already blowing up, and I think it's going to be a big deal. But in the meantime as well, anybody that didn't have the opportunity to come to Downtown Celebration on Saturday night, we're going to be streaming the Magic. We have a partnership. We are their preferred realtors. There's over 148,000 people that watch Streaming the Magic, and they're going to be showcasing Downtown Celebration between 5 and 8 p.m. So my dream team is going to be behind the camera talking about stuff, answering questions, and so you're going to be able to get to know them more on Saturday night. That's October the 22nd. And we can't wait to show you some of our favorite restaurants that are in Downtown Celebration, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it'll just give all the viewers and everybody, all our subscribers, like just a really cool insight into some of the great events that happen in Celebration, and not only in Celebration, but other communities in the area. So there's just a lot going on. It'll be fun.
Yes. Because, we concentrate on that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle. There are times where people were saying we would like some extra videos. We are here really to support what our audience is looking for. And so one of the things that we're doing is, because we are the preferred realtors for the Disney cast members through the Disney Federal Credit Union, Partners Credit Union. And one of their big requests was Lake County. And so we can't wait. I think next week we're going to be showcasing, Belle actually grew up in Mount Dora, Taylor did. And Chelsea has spent a lot of time out in Claremont and actually has a listing that's out there. And so we're going to be showing you a video from that. So we are listening and wanting to respond to those. I think, Elijah, you had a request last week, something about yoga too. And I think there's a yoga thing. I don't know what's going to come out, but we're going to be making sure we respond to that. So I know I've been gone for 2 weeks. So tell me a little bit about, you guys, what's been going on with the market. If you, I know I left right after the hurricane. I want to thank everybody out there that saw my birthday request about going and funding the emergency fund for the Florida residents that were impacted. Mainly it was Fort Myers and Sarasota. Our heart goes out to them, and man, there's a lot of work that's going on right now down in that area. I also know, I'm hearing, interest rates are starting to creep up, right? But let's talk about that, you guys. I know you guys have been coming up with some really good strategic ways in order to kind of calm that fear. But I think it's really important right now for you guys to talk about some of the ideas that you've been coming up with to stop that. I almost feel like it's a bleeding type of thing. It's like, okay, well, the interest rate was here and now it was 5%, and now I've come back and it's like 6.8% or whatever. But Belle, talk to me a little bit about what the four of you have been doing with people recommending what to do.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think a lot of people are kind of experiencing some whiplash in a way of, we saw 2 years ago when COVID hit and everyone thought that it was going to be a real downfall. And instead, the interest rates were just so great for so many people. But that, and we're coming back from below the 3s to now above in the 6s, 7s, and we're going to continue to see it go up. But there are some benefits to this time now that we didn't see during that COVID time. We saw so many people waiving their appraisal, waiving their inspection. Those are really kind of some dangerous things to do in some situations that we don't advise. And now is the time where we can help, negotiate some needed repairs of homes. We can help get your interest rate down with some seller credits, which were there were no seller credits happening, in the past 2 years. And so there are some benefits to this time that we can help navigate you through those and help work through some of that fear and see some of the benefits to this time.
Yes, that's a really great one. And Cinderella, I think you were talking to me about, like the nurses and the police officers that are out there. That I think you were talking about this HERO program, right, in regard to trying to help get people into homes.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely focusing on people who are kind of like the hometown heroes, the police officers, the firefighters, the teachers, the nurses, and all of them, and just having incentives and programs to help those members of the community get into homes with, better rates and just, down payments and things like that. And so definitely reach out to us, and we've got a lot of ways that we can help all the members of our community get into the home they need at this moment.
Yes, absolutely. And, I was, we're coming up to election time. And I saw that one of the things on the ballot was there's potentially, now this isn't a given, people have to vote for it, but I did see the HERO opportunity that there might be another tax exemption for them on their homes. You know how we have homestead right now for your primary residence,
right?
And that's about $50,000, which saves you about potentially $500 a year on your tax. But they're talking about with the heroes that if this gets voted in, there might be an additional $50,000 exemption for them, which could save them another $500. And gosh, we love our teachers.
Yeah,
and I don't want to get political here, but I'm going to vote yes on that because I would like to see them get that credit. And I know Chelsea and Elijah, we're getting ready for a big presentation, the four of us, in regard to Disney cast members, and talk to us a little bit about what you're thinking for the Disney cast members.
The Disney cast members, when we go through the Disney Partners Credit Union, they're going to have some really great incentives for Disney cast members. You definitely don't want to miss out being able to lend with them. We know that they're going to end up with 0% as far as, oh my goodness.
Down payment, yeah.
Down payment. Sorry. 0% as far as down payment goes, which is huge because we know that so many people are struggling right now with down payment. Having that cash on hand for down payment, that's something that's been I know tugging on a lot of people, their heartstrings and on their minds about buying a home is not having that cash. So for Disney cast members, that's a huge, huge thing to have 0% down payment. And we know that also if you aren't a Disney cast member, that we do have options for lenders that would be able to get you some of those down payment options for help to get you into a home, that there are other options for those that aren't necessarily Disney cast members as well, that you're not left out or hung to dry, that we can find the help for you for down payment assistance.
Yes. And I know Elijah and we've been spending a lot of time and creating a buyer webinar and really just spending a lot of quality time right now. Wouldn't you say, Elijah, if somebody says, hey, gosh, I've got, several people that would like to get on a Zoom call with you guys, and we go through a deck with them. We say, it's better to talk to us now versus talk to us 3 weeks before you want to buy something, so that we can give you some guidance in regard to how to prepare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we love to strategize with you, figure out your best options, and we do try to provide our market expertise. There's some people that we were talking to months ago saying like, hey, this is a really good time because the interest rate is like in the threes or something, and the birdies are chirping that it's going to go up, and people, some people some people jumped with us and said yes, and some people drag their feet a bit and they go, oh darn it, and that's rough. But we are, when we get on these conference calls and stuff, we talk about some other opportunities that we see to still in this market get a bit of a break, strategizing, like maybe working into the offer a way to like have the seller buy down the rate a bit with some credits, because the time of no, like they were saying, no appraisal contingency, no no credits, no, and all deferred maintenance. It's even though it may, as a buyer, it may feel like, oh, the interest rate is making it harder for me. There's a lot of other market forces that are kind of coming to be is on your advantage for a buyer in this market as well. So the prices may be a little bit more in your favor, and there may be some more accommodations from sellers in order to make some deals happen. So
Yes. And I would also encourage, we've all been collectively, my dream team's been talking about, hey, don't hesitate. If you are renting right now, text my team. See, their telephone numbers are right beside that. Tell them what you're presently paying in rent right now, and what your minimum number of bedrooms that you have to have, and let them do some reverse engineering and say that potentially, now we may need to work with you for a couple of months we don't know how your credit score is and stuff like that, but we've got people that help with that kind of stuff. And we can say, okay, if you're spending $2,000 or $1,800 a month in rent, then that would translate into owning at this price point, right? And so my dream team really wants to try to help you get something secured while the interest, because I'm getting a feeling, guys, I've got a lot of inside sources that are telling me the interest rate is going to continue to increase. Don't let it increase, you guys, to the point where you do not have the ability to lock in and have some home ownership, because all I'm seeing rents are continuing to rise, and I'm seeing a lot of frustrated, in particular, a lot of young people that are very frustrated in that, oh my gosh, I just moved someplace and I've only been here for like a year and I'm having to move again. And you start looking at the cost of moving and the frustration and stuff like that. So we're here to help. We want to help. We're also here to party tomorrow night in downtown celebration at Rocktoberfest with Fairview. And if you see us, please come up and say hi. If you see us with the camera and stuff, know that just grab one of the other ones, because we are streaming and you will be live on camera. So just know that. But have I forgotten anything, you guys? Do you want to talk about anything else?
No, I think we've covered a great amount of information. Definitely.
Well, I can't thank my team so much. I had such a great time away with my family. I'm back. I'm ready to rock and roll, actually, Rocktoberfest tomorrow. And we really do want to help you guys find the keys to the kingdom. And if you're not watching on YouTube, please go to YouTube to the Near Disney channel, subscribe and like, because that's what's going to alert you whenever these videos come up. And we've got a lot of great content coming up. Definitely. All right. Well, we'll say goodbye to everybody, and hopefully we'll see them.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, Hey, everybody. So thank you for hanging in there. And hopefully there was some good information for everybody. I love some of the comments. Helena, I would love to see Elijah doing goat yoga too. So we're going to have to maybe put that on our list. I think it was a request from you. So we're going to have to check that out. And I definitely want to go check out some of those glamping areas. And obviously Cinderella, being her family being in the wine business, knows where to go get some great wines. And so lots of good information in there. Obviously, if anybody has any questions in regard to what the market is doing right now, because I know some people have been talking about, they're a little concerned, obviously, about the interest rates. And so, but like I said, we do have some strategic things that we can encourage for everybody to be able to still participate, get that interest rate down. It's that time. So my number is 800 Kim Hawk. You can see my name below there, Kim Hawk, 1-800 Kim Hawk. And we do hope we get to see you tomorrow night in Downtown Celebration. We're going to be streaming from 5 to 8 p.m. And you can also text me at 1-800 Kim Hawk if you want to be a part of that cool meet and greet experience that we're going to be having from 5 until 5:45 p.m. So you just need to text me your name. Age is not so much for knowing your age, but just knowing if we need to have separate permission slips, because anyone that's under 18 that's being considered to be on a TikTok video, we want to make sure that we have the adult supervision and their written consent that they can be on a video. But if you get a chance, please go check out Fairview, Fairview. Fairview. Their music really is extraordinary, and they are super, super sweet people. And their song, Let's Go to Disney, like I said, is gone over 500,000 people that have been streaming it. And we're blessed that we get to have them on the Celebration Florida stage tomorrow night, Saturday, October 22nd. They are performing, I think, from 6:20 to 6:45 or 6:25 to 6:45. And you don't want to miss them. All right. I think I was answering your questions, because I did see some questions in regard to people wanting to move back. I know there's about 1,000 of you that will watch this throughout the week. And always feel free to give me a call if you have any questions. There's a lot of good listings that are popping up right now, and we can't wait to talk about them some more next week. All right. I think we have everything covered. And otherwise, I'm going to just check one more time to make sure I'm not seeing any specific questions. No, I think we've got it. All right, you guys, have a blessed week. It's beautiful weather out there, and enjoy life. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.